Alrighty, presenting Kingdom Hearts Final Mix HD. Any percent beginner, give it up for ViolinGamer.
Yo, what's up guys? I'm ViolinGamer. Behind me on the couch is M92 and Professor Moggs. Actually, it's Professor Magus. They just misprinted his badge. But this is Kingdom Hearts Final Mix HD on the PS4, and I'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so right off the bat we have a 3-minute unskippable cutscene, so that's very awesome. But I do want to say thank you guys so much for tuning into the stream. Thanks to the guys on the couch behind me again. We're really trying to push donations for You've Got a Friend in Me for the bid war, so please consider donating for that. We also have a glitch showcase at the end of the run. The threshold for that is 1,500. We're currently at around 420, I believe, so we have quite a ways to go. But
yeah, as dank as that number is, we would like to see it go higher.
yes,
So please, by all means.
it's really, really cool.
Get
You
it
guys
through
don't
the
want to miss. You guys don't want to miss it.
So when is the cutoff for the Disney songs, just so everybody knows?
I believe it'll be on the way to Deep Jungle, so about 30 minutes, I would say. Maybe
Okay. So you guys have a
25.
little bit of time to get those donations in. So
We'll
does this cutscene actually mute the VODs?
Yeah.
I know people meme about that a lot in the Cage community. I didn't actually know if that was true.
Oh, it's definitely true, but it's all right.
The song's still a banger, so.
All right. I'm going to give you guys my hot take on this. I still think that Sanctuary is better. I think of the three,
I
I think
humbly
Sanctuary
agree.
is the best one.
I have to disagree. I'm sorry. I think Passion is better.
Ooh.
All right.
Chikai.
Calm down, dude.
But no, Sanctuary is pretty good. I agree.
Since this is unskippable, can we do a quick donation?
Yeah, of course.
Sure, we have a $5 donation from Pigabucks. And then also, the You've Got a Friend in Me is currently in 3rd place with $90. So
Woo.
if
Awesome.
we keep this up, then we'll be able to do that for you guys. Lastly, I also like Sanctuary the best, so you're not alone.
Let's go.
Good job.
But yeah, the reason we're specifically pushing You've Got a Friend in Me is because that would be the one duet between Violin and I. And frankly, you know, the other ones, the ones that I would be singing, the Go the Distance and the Tarzan one, I can't remember the name of. You know, like, you guys have heard enough of me. You haven't heard any of Violin at all over the years. So let's give him a chance to shine with these donation incentives. Plus, you know, a duet's always fantastic. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, so we're coming up on the first playable section of the game finally. Again, this is on the beginner difficulty, so I'll be explaining the differences shortly. Alright, so this is Dive to Heart. We're going to start by choosing our main weapon, which is the staff. The staff gives us 1 extra MP, and the more MP you have in this game, the stronger your magic is, which is pretty weird compared to other Kingdom Hearts games, but that's how it is. We give up shield because we don't really need defense. Yeah, a lot of these strats in this game are based on magic and summons, and we want as much magic as we can have.
I still think it's so interesting that the more MP you have, the stronger it is. I literally never knew that until you explained that to me yesterday. I don't think a lot of people know that, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know until I started running this game, so.
Yeah.
And the game doesn't really explain that. So for this Shadows fight coming up, we want to get a 2 combo, but it tends to be pretty random, so let's see. Nope. Shadows want to be mean, that's fine.
It's kind of a common theme in this game.
Albert, please.
But yeah, you can probably notice that I'm not skipping the cutscenes right away. It's not because I'm choosing to, it's because I actually can't. You can't skip the cutscenes until a certain time. It's really strange.
It's kind of one of the...
You can get a jump back there towards the box, but on PS4, it's a lot harder because the game loads faster, so it gives you less time to jump.
Yeah, the cutscene skipping is definitely kind of the mark of a higher level runner, is knowing exactly when you can skip certain things, like having those optimal starts, those pauses, and making sure that you're not accidentally pausing too soon, otherwise you just lose a couple seconds every time.
Yeah, so here we get asked a bunch of questions by Titus, Selfie, and Waka. We have to choose the top answer for every single one. That sets up the morning route, which lets us level up faster in beginning game. And the reason we do this is because by the end of the game we'll be around level 42. So that's just the fastest way to level up. So we don't level up too much in this game. So this is the second Shadows fight. It's a much bigger group, so I'm gonna try to do my best. That was a really good starting combo. Wow. That was almost a one combo. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
And jumping towards the where the save point would be to save a little more time. So on beginner mode, you get a bunch of power boosts and defense boosts. We're going to use all of them, and we also get 4 AP boosts, but we're going to save them to sell later because we want to buy some gummy parts later.
Yeah, that's something else a lot of people don't know, is that game-wise, standard and beginner are the exact same game, except in beginner they give you those stat boosts at the beginning, and that creates the difference.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just don't realize that they get those items, and so it plays out the exact same way.
Yeah. So I'm going to do 4 regular combos on this hand, and it should be done. So pretty easy fight. You can actually die to this fight, and it'll progress the story the same. But on beginner, it's just way faster to kill the arm. And without the power boost, it would take at least 10 combos. I'm not exactly sure how much, but quite a bit. So this is Destiny Islands. We're basically going around collecting things for Kyrie, and there's some basic movement here. First off, we're going to grab this barrel over here. On the PS3 version, we would actually not do this because there's a different jump we can do, but they changed the jumping physics on the PS4 version since this runs at 60 FPS. So that jump is near impossible. It is possible, but it's very hard to pull off. That was unfortunate. Sometimes you can get clicked on the ladder and Sora will just start climbing down. But you'll see me swinging my Keyblade to gain a little distance whenever I try to jump on things. That'll be used quite a lot. And taking this path through the water is a lot faster than going up the top route. I think it's about 2 seconds faster.
Something that is a little understated in these games, because usually it's all about the combat. The platforming in this game is very, very awkward sometimes, and so there's some very precarious looking jumps that Violin is doing, and he's gonna get them and it's gonna look really easy, but it's not at all. Like, so many people mess it up, you know, any number of jumps in this game because it's just so awkward.
Yeah, the controls are actually very, very responsive, so if you know what you're doing, you can do the jumps pretty successfully.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike some other game, 0.2. It's pretty bad. So we're gonna collect some fish here by using the lock-on mechanic. You don't have to lock on, but it makes this so much easier. Then we're going to this cave to collect a mushroom. The mushroom has a weird hitbox. Another thing I need to mention is that we want to stay grounded as much as possible because the longer you are in the air, the more time you lose. Because air movement is pretty much slower until the final world, until after we get Super Glide. So that mushroom you have to get from behind because the hitbox is quite finicky. And then after this, we're going to collect a seagull egg and go for some cool coconut strats. We like to call it Task Coconut, and I'll explain once I get there. Did another swing right there. to gain high end distance. So I unfortunately did not get Task Coconut. So what Task Coconut is while you're dropping down from the Seagull Egg tree, you can swing at the coconut tree and there's a chance you'll get a yellow coconut, which saves a little bit of time, but it's very rare. So, you guys want to explain the Riku race?
All right, so with the Riku race, your objective is that you're supposed to hit that star with the palm tree and then come back. You can actually knock Riku into the water right at this platform right here, but unfortunately Violin didn't go for that. So what he's going to be doing is he's going to be heading up onto that post, and he's going to be gliding down to the palm trees, and that's a little bit faster than just going uphill and then jumping on those platforms right in front of us. So that tree right there with the star, and unfortunately he fell down. But
oh, I did that on purpose.
Oh, you
because,
did?
Yes. If you make it to the star perfectly, you can just jump down, because even if you're slower in this race, Riku has to be a certain set distance away from the finish line before the race actually ends, before it starts fading out.
Right. I never knew that. I've always jumped from tree to tree, so.
Yeah. Jumping across the trees is faster, but I want to play the lazy route because I'm lazy. I don't want to jump across the trees again. But yeah, that race tends to be quite difficult for newcomers, but it's important to note that whenever you're going on the zip line, don't hold or press anything.
Yeah, everybody makes that
Yeah.
mistake once.
If you hold forward on the analog stick, Sora will just fall off.
There's one.
And these trees do run out of coconuts, so he might have to switch trees when he doesn't.
That was still pretty bad RNG, but it's fine. And now we're getting a water bottle from Kyrie. You can actually skip this water bottle animation, like her giving you the water bottle, but I've never gotten it, and I don't know how to do it. Then there's a mushroom here, and some spring water.
A lot of people don't know you can get the spring water from there
Yeah.
as well.
A lot of people go to the main one in the other.
By the
Other
secret
area.
place, right?
Yeah. I didn't know about that area either until I started speedrunning this, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's the end of day 2. We can probably get in a couple more donations.
Sure, we have a $9 donation from Blitz Phoenix 98. Good luck on the run, my man. Hope you're having a fun time at Calithon.
Yo, thank you, Blitz.
We also have a $10 donation from KH Freak 358. Just dropping in to wish my boy Violin good luck on the run and to bump the glitch showcase. Calithon needs to see the glory of the stench.
Cool. Thank you so much, Cage Freak. Cage Freak is actually, he's been doing a lot of testing on the stench glitch, so it's thanks to him I'm able to do it. And by the way, Cage Freak, I hope you found the butter for your toast.
Lastly, we have one more donation from Mr. Manny620s for $10. Had to donate during the Kingdom Hearts run. Good luck to you, Violin. Let's
Yo.
hope Hook is friendly to you today. Also had to donate to the Glitch Showcase. As a fellow Kingdom Hearts community member, I must say that the glitches must be experienced, so let's reach that 1500 goal.
Thank you so much, Manny.
That's really great. Thank you all so much. Keep pushing that glitch donation incentive if you guys
Yeah,
can.
for sure.
If you have the means. So now, the big change is that we have the Keyblade. Woo!
Yeah, so a weird thing about re-entering this room is that the camera turns into an automatic camera for just a moment, and then it goes back to manual. So on this dark side fight, I want to do 5 hits at the start. That was 4. That's fine. It's pretty hard to pull off, but I was trying to parry that orb, but it saves you from doing 2 hits. I also used the potion there because I don't want anything in my inventory. Because later on I get an ether, and it's faster to menu in the ether whenever we use it. If we don't have a potion, because we don't have to scroll down to the ether. So this is Traverse Town. We actually visit Traverse Town 4 times in the run. Just because the story requires us to. The music is pretty great. I like it.
The music is comfy.
Almost attacked the door.
I think the music, honestly, for KH is the most iconic part to me personally.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah. Other than the Disney stuff.
Yeah, I mean the Disney stuff too, but yeah.
So what the game doesn't tell you is that you only have to kill 5 shadows, in order to spawn Leon. Unfortunately, the shadows are being rude. Kept going underground. But yeah, you don't have to do all the walking around stuff. You just kill 5 shadows and then enter the accessory shop. Talk to Sid, and then Leon will be outside waiting for you. And Leon can give us 2 different patterns. He can either charge a fireball at you, or he can jump at you. And I want him to jump at me because that saves a bit of time over the fireball pattern. Hey, let's go.
There we go.
Easy peasy. So, you guys want to get a selfie real quick?
Yeah, why not?
Awesome.
Sweet.
Oh wait, I
Oh,
forgot
wait.
to skip the cutscene. Actually, you can't skip it until Riku opens his eyes. It's pretty awesome.
Man, Violin out here with the debates.
Can we get some debated in the chat, please?
So there's actually a Mega Elixir in this room, but we don't need to pick it up because I'm a boss and I don't need it. Any newcomers who start speedrunning in this game, they might want to use the Mega Elixir on Dragon Maleficent, but there is a very specific strat we use without the Mega Elixir. It actually looks really, really good. So here I'm doing some target switching to land the first 2 hits on the first soldier and land the finisher on the second soldier, which kills, which is really awesome. Then coming up is another soldier's fight before guard armor, and I'll be doing the same thing. Hopefully it goes well. The soldiers can get scattered randomly, and I'm hoping Donald can take care of the last one at least.
Don't keep your hopes up.
That's so true.
So is there a specific level or like an amount of stats that you want to have going into any particular fights? Like, for example, the guard armor fight.
Yeah, so I killed 3 soldiers on the way here to reach level 4, which gave me a strength up, which is really important. Here I'm avoiding doing finishers on his feet because I don't want to stagger him until he does this attack. Okay, and that lets him get stunned while I clean. That was actually a really fantastic fight. A lot can go wrong with this fight, so I'm glad I was able to do it.
Yeah, from what you told me the other day, the difference between the R drive and the SSD PS4, in the SSD, the guard armor starts farther away from you. Am I wording that correctly?
Yes, on SSD the fight is the guard armor gives you a slower pattern because the fight loads in how it's supposed to. But on HDD the fight loads in this weird state where he's really close up to you, and it makes the fight a little faster. So it's actually slower to have an SSD drive.
Is that for multiple cases, or is SSD still faster overall?
It's only for the guard armor fight.
Okay.
I think the loads are the same though between the 2.
Yeah.
So we got an elixir from beating Leon. That's really important because we're going to be using the elixir later. We also get dodge roll from Goofy, and we get fire from Donald.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh, that's fine.
For those who may not know the difference, HDD is the hard drive that the PS4 comes with, and then an SSD is a solid-state drive that many communities allow runners to install SSDs into their consoles for faster loads.
So I know I did that menu pretty quickly, but what I did was I took Goofy's ether. He can actually use the ether during the guard armor fight. Thankfully he didn't. I also put on Brave Warrior over the ribbon. We're going to sell the ribbon later. Brave Warrior gives us extra strength, and I also equipped dodge roll.
I always love watching this part. This is so funny to me.
Yeah, so I'm building an advanced tissue box here. It just comes with the gun, 1 engine, and the box. The reason I do that is because everything else that gets added onto it, it makes the gummy ship slower. So we want to have as few parts as we can. We'll be adding more parts, like more high-tech engine and some boosters. But right now, this is all we can do. But the funny thing is, with that text cutscene that just happened, if you mash it too quickly, it takes longer for the text to load in. So you want to go through it with 1 button at a pretty moderate pace. until Donald's last text box.
And he's at a very Monka-esque level of health, but he's going to be all right.
Oh yeah, you can just stay in the top right corner the entire time, and you won't die. I can even not touch the controller, and it'll be fine. But we can throw in a couple more donations if we have any.
Sure, we have a $25 donation from Lingomaniac88. Selfies? What is this, Kingdom Hearts 3? Good luck on the run, Violin, and let's keep pushing for that glitch showcase.
Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it.
Quick update also, we're at 476 out of 1500 for the glitch showcase, so be sure you guys keep donating for that goal at the end of this run.
Yeah, and also make sure to donate towards You've Got a Friend in Me, because that's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I think that will be pretty awesome.
Alright, so Wonderland is all about, I guess every world is all about knowing how to move. Movement actually plays a big part into this game. Knowing when to... That was bad movement.
What?
How did I do that? I've never done that in my life.
I did that multiple times when I first started, so.
That's definitely going in the clips, right? But yeah,
Clip it.
it's important to move correctly and optimally because it saves minutes and minutes of time. Just knowing where to move. And another thing I failed to mention is all of this text we cannot skip. So we play on the JP version because the text saves 20 seconds over the English version, even though the English version cheats and clips through a wall. JP is just that powerful and superior, so please run JP. I actually learned this game through Google Translate. So here you want to hug the wall so you don't spawn any enemies, which I did. And then we only have to collect one piece of evidence. That's another thing most people don't know. You only have to collect one piece of evidence, and then you can come back to this fight. So the place where the piece of evidence spawns is random, but how it falls is not random. And I will know which one it is because it's the first one that touches the ground. Do you guys know which one it is? I think it's the one on the left, right?
I'm gonna guess
middle
the
left?
second one. Yeah.
Maybe? Awesome.
Ooh.
Very nice.
So that lets us have both Donald and Goofy in the party, and they'll take care of the card soldiers, hopefully.
It's a lot easier to see that on PS3 because
Yes.
the boxes fall at a... You were explaining the gravity of the way they fall is different on PS3.
Yeah. That applies to those boxes as well. It's really finicky.
Yeah, because PS3 version runs at 30 FPS if I recall correctly, or does it run at 60?
It runs at 30.
Okay, then
This fight doesn't end until Goofy stops collecting MP, or
money.
money, yeah.
I
That's
love
pretty good.
watching those cards run around. It's so cute. It's one of my favorite parts of this whole run, and it's only 3 seconds.
So with that Crank Tower fight, I was actually attacking it slowly because it gains iframes every attack until you break the both of the gears or the cranks. I don't know what you call them, but after you skip this cutscene, you can actually move around before the HUD shows up, which is pretty cool.
And this room is basically lava. Well, the floor at least.
Yeah, you can spawn Heartless everywhere, so it's important to know where not to go. Basically, you don't want to touch anything that I am not touching. You can actually dodge roll across those tables, but on PS4, there's a chance you'll fall. Because they changed the way dodge roll works and the way Sora's collision works with the environment. That's another huge difference. That means some tricks on PS3 that would be possible are not possible on PS4, such as a thing called Zetris Skip in Monstro. Rip Zetris.
Poor Zetris.
But this is Trickmaster. I'm going to do it without the chair.
This guy's a pain in the butt sometimes. Just because of the way that his hitboxes work, it can make it really awkward to swing at. You have to kind of time your hits a little carefully.
You have to be at the perfect height in order for your Keyblade to reach. Has to be really precise. And that was a really, really good
That
fight.
was a
'cause
great fight.
Goofy was able to help me a lot. So yeah, what is the first song that we're performing?
Looks like it's a whole new world from Aladdin.
Awesome. So Megas is gonna control the game for me.
Hello.
Cool. All right.
We'll just do that. There we go. Go, go, quick, quick, quick.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, so this is Sabor. Sabor can be a little bit tricky with her hitbox. So what you want to do is just
But she's
do
gone.
1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You know, simple as that. Sabor is still one of my worst fights, so.
So tell us, Violin, how long have you been playing the violin?
I've been playing for about 11 years. Thank you.
And if I remember correctly, you are self-taught.
I took about 6 months of private lessons, but yeah, I'm mostly self-taught. A lot of people don't know that you can actually quit out of the jungle slider minigame. So you don't have to play any of it, fortunately. So here we're doing some movement to collect these slides. It's important to be moving while collecting the slides. I know that sounds weird, but whenever the prompt comes up that you collected something, the game actually takes away control from you. So it's important that you're always in motion when collecting this stuff. So for this world, we're not using Tarzan in our party at all. But in other worlds, you'll see... Actually, no, we don't use any... The only party member we use in this run now is Beast, which is in Hollow Bastion. Otherwise, we don't use any... Actually, no, Peter Pan. Yeah, those are the only two.
Is that a change from the PS3 version?
It is not. It's not because of the differences. It's because of how routing works,
Okay.
I guess.
And you see here, he's going to save warp out of deep jungle and then come back in from time to time, because on PS4 it's faster than traveling from place to place, usually by about a few seconds each time.
Yeah, loads on PS4 are incredibly fast compared to PS3. So there's a lot of save warping implemented now. And some more movement that I just failed.
Yeah, that's kind of the central conceit of this entire planet, is just, oh yeah, here's a fight, and then here's some awkward-ish movement that you have to kind of hit, especially with the...
It's a lot of backtracking.
Yeah. What's the portion at the end? The waterfall section, is that what it's called?
Oh, the waterfall cavern.
Waterfall
It's
cavern.
the worst.
Yeah,
not a fan.
it's the most notorious bit of movement usually, especially, I don't know, most runners usually mess it up at some point.
It can kill some runs.
Yeah.
But we've made it to
That
the
was a
Power
good
Wild
pattern.
section, and we're going to use Blizzard primarily. Goofy did a good job with that last one, so it's pretty nice. There are 5 groups of Power Wilds, I want to say, and for each of them we use Blizzard, but your positioning on every fight is key, and you also have to adapt because some of the layouts they give you, they can be random, so you just need to react to whatever you see. That's really important to have a good fight. Oh, that was beautiful.
That's really nice. Yeah, these Power Wild fights
That was incredible.
That was very good. Holy crap. Yeah, these Power Wild fights are such a pain sometimes.
This treehouse fight is the worst because they can give you any pattern. Let's see if they're nice to me. They are very nice to me. What the
What
heck?
good RNG
Wow.
today for that?
They knew I was running this at a marathon. Wait. Okay. Good job,
Always
Goofy.
that one left.
Always. I'm going to use an ether here to refill my MP. Pretty important to have that ether. If Goofy uses an ether at guard armor, loses you a lot of time, because then you have to use air combos rather than Blizzard. It is possible to kill all of them with the 3 Blizzards, but they can just run around everywhere.
That's the one most obnoxious thing about Power Wilds is just they jump around everywhere, left to right, up and down.
You can kind of manipulate these ones though by going over here and they can follow you. They'll gather around and you can Blizzard all of them. Wow, good job, Goofy. So that's pretty decent.
There's also very little you can do to control Donald and Goofy's behavior in this game. That's
Yeah.
They kind of changed that in the later games, especially. And no, Kingdom Hearts 2 runs, the central conceit of it is kind of basing them around like Sora attack or party attack, whatever you need them to do.
And KH3 has the same. I
okay.
think KH3 has even more customization.
Yeah, so basically from 1 or anything after 1, you can have a little bit more control over what they do, but in 1, it's very laissez-faire. They just kind of do whatever they feel like.
Oh, good job, Goofy.
And here's Sabor number 2.
That was a good fight
That
because
was a
Goofy
great
parried
fight.
him. Yeah, that was really
This has
good.
been a sick deep jungle so far.
Yeah, unlike my actual runs. It's very rare for this world to go how
Go
you want
well.
it. You might be asking, why am I not save warping here? It's actually because the area where I would save warp to is actually blocked off right now. Like you would save warp there, and there would be something in front of the entrance that we need to go.
I love that you can just quit out of these
Yeah, you can just quit out of the mini games. You don't have to play them. Who likes mini games anyway?
I do, except when I'm playing Mario Party 10 or 9.
So this fruit always takes 15 hits. It doesn't matter what your stats are. You can have max stats and they'll still take 15 hits. It's pretty interesting.
Is that one of the only things in Kingdom Hearts to have a static hit counter for its HP bar?
I think so. I want to believe that Krang Tower has something like that, but I'm not too sure. So coming up is Clayton. There's a pre-Clayton fight and then the main Clayton fight. For the main Clayton fight, we want to get this thing called animation skip. Basically, he's riding on an invisible chameleon. When you do two combos on the chameleon, he turns visible. We want to skip that animation.
This fight's very notorious.
And I got animation skip.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, everybody who's ever played this game remembers this fight, and they always tend to remember, not
What
Clayton.
are you? Did you guys see that? He was just in a glitched state right there.
But, you know, this is how easy the Clayton fight is when you know what you're doing.
But yeah, generally you want Clayton on the other side by that waterfall section, and as far away from the stealth sneak as possible, because the stealth sneak will shoot energy out of its eyes and will home in at Sora. But if you're far enough away from the stealth sneak, those orbs won't hit you.
Now here's Waterfall Caverns, the notorious movement section we were just talking about.
Hey guys, if I get a perfect waterfall cavern, you should donate like $1. Let's see. All right, you fess up your money, guys.
That's so much harder than it looks.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult.
All right, so what's our second performance?
Looks like it's You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story.
Awesome.
Oh man.
All right, let me go around this time.
Okay.
Give me a second to pull up lyrics here.
Oh, my violin.
That would help.
Yeah, you kind of need that. Yeah, sure.
All right. Ready?
Yeah. You've got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Boy, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. If you got troubles, I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together and can see it through, 'cause you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too, maybe. But none of them will ever love you the way I do. It's me and you. And as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Good job.
Right back at you.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah, no worries. I accidentally damaged the ship on the way. I hope we don't crash and burn.
Actually, we might.
Oh no. Monka S.
Actually, we might.
She cannot hold much longer, Captain. I didn't know how much she'd hold. Extra points if you know where that's from.
Peter Pan? I don't know.
Star Trek.
Oh, what?
I would have said 2001.
2001. What?
You know,
Scotty.
there's what's his name? Sean Connery. He's in there somewhere, right?
Yes, indeed.
Like I can't
Alright,
let
we're
you
good.
do that, Daniel.
Oh, let me pull up Twitch chat.
So when is the third?
The third song is going to be on the way to Hollow Bastion.
And do we know what the third song is?
Right now, it's looking like Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas.
Great.
Okay,
Nice.
cool.
So that being said, I don't have to sing that, and I'm kind of hungry, so I have this pizza here, and I'm gonna eat some of it.
He has a full pizza. He has a full
You want
pizza. Yes, please.
Well, I'll pass for now.
If you want, I can feed it to you, Violin.
Maybe later.
Okay.
Maybe later.
Yeah.
So coming up, I have to kill these 2 yellow Nocturnes. They're called yellow Operas, actually, without spawning any blue enemies. 1 spawned, but hopefully he doesn't follow me.
Thanks.
Okay, they despawned. They despawned. Okay, good. You can actually get a quick blue menu there, which saves quite a bit of time. Tends to be a little random though, because sometimes the blue Nocturnes can spawn and they can follow you. It's bad, so... English would actually get here on the first visit because they can clip through that gate by using the Trinity cutscene. In JP, you can't do that because the characters are laid out in a different formation. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So here we get the
Earthshine.
Earthshine, which is the stone used to bring back Simba, I guess.
That's
And Simba is used...
sorry.
My bad.
Keep going. No. By all means. you're the
Simba
runner.
is used a lot at the end of the run and end of the world. Just in that world specifically. Alright, go ahead.
Might be. I was just going to say, I always think it's so cool that you can actually despawn enemies in this game. That's like another little thing that a lot of people don't know when you first play this, is that oftentimes if an enemy gets in your way, you can kill them, but there's also sometimes an option to just completely remove them from the game.
Yeah, because no one likes social interaction, right?
It's very on brand for us speedrunners.
So I'm going to try to get a swag fire right here. And
Rude.
I kind of got it. I don't think that counts. I don't think that counts. Because I got hit. I don't think that counts. But there's a risky dodge roll you can do here if the rocks... Okay, Merlin hates me. Alright, that's the dodge roll right there. You can actually fall into the water if you don't do it right.
And then you have to go all the way back to the beginning and try it again.
Yeah, and the rocks move completely randomly, by the way. Also, there's a meme here where people spam OPOP. I don't think I've been I haven't been around for long enough to understand it, but go ahead and spam OPOP in the chat if you want. I think this is supposed to be OPOP's theme song, that's why. It does sound like it.
I remember that, yeah.
It does sound like it.
Yeah.
So this whole cutscene is unskippable. We have to watch Merlin take out all the furniture from his bag every single run. Every single run.
Man, he gets like 3 minutes of screen time. Let him have his moment.
That's fair. But then we have to watch the fairy godmother sparkle for like 20 seconds. But yeah, this would be a pretty good time for donations if we have any.
Sure, we have a $20 donation from OMG, it's Monica. I know nothing about Kingdom Hearts, but I like violin and supporting charities. Have a fantastic run.
Thank you so much, Monica.
We have a $5 donation from Epikai saying, nice, a co-op run. Hee-ho. We have an $11 donation from Ongdrasir. Greetings from next to the host. Let's push You've Got a Friend in Me over Colors of the Wind.
Thank you so much.
We have a $1 donation from Blitz Phoenix 98. I mean, you said $1 if I get a perfect waterfall cavern, right, Kappa?
Thank you so much, Blitz.
And then lastly, we got a $30 donation from Loud Sneezes. I need to hear Go the Distance, winky face.
Maybe if you guys put enough money towards it, it can change. Who knows?
Yeah, get me all pizzaed up and then get me up there to sing.
You have it until Hollow Bastion, guys. So yeah, I'm basically selling everything except my elixir I got from Leon and the white thing I got from Sabor. Don't want to switch my party members. But that'll let me buy a Haste G for my Gummy Ship and a Fire G, which is an upgraded engine. That's really, really important. And if you sell White Fang, you will lose a lot of time because White Fang increases your strength a lot. The elixir we can live without, but elixirs are nice in end game. And this is where we get Simba. And if you have any more donations, you can keep reading them. There's still a lot more downtime.
I don't have any right now, but just updating that Go the Distance is now the next song with $105 on its mark.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Let's go.
Damn it. It's okay, I still love you, Sneezes.
So now we want to unlock the door to the 3rd district. If you don't unlock this door before triggering the next cutscene, enemies will spawn, and you'll have to go through the 2nd district, which is a lot slower. So that's the only time enemies are despawned in the 3rd district, is after Riku sees that you have friends and gets jealous of you. Spoilers.
Please don't open Pandora's box that is explaining Kingdom Hearts' plot.
Are you talking about the real Pandora's box in Kingdom Hearts 3? Wait.
Wait, what?
How much would it take for somebody to donate for you to try to explain the entirety of Kingdom Hearts' plot as fast as possible?
I want to say 250.
All right. Well,
If someone donates 250, I will explain the whole plot as fast as I can while trying to speedrun this game.
Now keep in mind there are there are excruciatingly long YouTube videos about all this that span like upwards of an hour trying to explain everything about Kingdom Hearts. So trying to get him to do it as fast as possible will be entertaining, if nothing else.
So Sid also gave us a warp gummy that lets us warp around different worlds that we've already visited.
By the way, did you want
Just really weird.
Oh, sorry.
What is it?
Oh, I was just asking if you
pizza?
wanted a slice.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, there's also a 5 to 6 minute favorite video of mine called "This is basically Kingdom Hearts." It's pretty funny, so I would recommend checking that out.
5 minutes? That doesn't sound credible.
But it's hilarious.
Has to be 10 hours long. So yeah, this is the first instance of the Haste G. As you can see, there's a new yellow bar, or I guess it's orange. There's a new charge meter at the bottom. And all you have to do is hold square. There are moments where you don't want to be using your boost. Whenever there's a, I guess you call it a transition between different screens, whenever the next section is loading, if you use a boost, you're just wasting it, because during those transitions, you're not actually moving. But yeah, there's another lazy shred that's going to be mentioned. All you have to do is hold square and circle, and you'll make it all the way to the end just fine. It's pretty awesome. But the next world coming up is very notorious for being very, very, very difficult. I think it's my second worst world. It's Agrabah from Aladdin. And it doesn't help that the first fight is pure RNG. But the rest of the run is pretty cool. The rest of the Aladdin area, Agrabah. What are your guys' favorite worlds? I want to ask.
That's a tough one. Casually, I like Agrabah because Aladdin's one of my favorite Disney movies. But speedrun-wise, I would have to say that Hollow Bastion is got to be one of my top 10 favorite worlds in KH speedrunning.
What about this game specifically?
Hollow Bastion for speedrunning, but
Okay.
Yeah, Hollow Bastion is pretty sick.
Hollow Bastion is my favorite as well.
Yeah.
Casually and speedrun-wise, actually.
yeah.
I feel like the most happens on Hollow Bastion.
Yeah, definitely.
Because a lot of it is just like running around the different worlds trying to figure out what the heck's actually going on. And then in Hollow Bastion, it all just kind of like boils over. And you're
Exactly.
like, oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, can I mention, right after you skip the cutscene and after, we used to actually unlock a little keyhole up above the platform. We would have to kill the bandits first and then quickly unlock that keyhole before enemies spawn. But due to save warp, we don't have to do that anymore because originally we had to go through the city to unlock gates to get to the next boss fight after we're going to be saving Aladdin here.
Yeah, so we used to do a thing called bandit skip where we clear the bandits and try to unlock a keyhole. Or, no, you actually don't clear the bandits. You have to open the keyhole before they fully spawn. That was an incredible fight. What the heck?
So
All right.
on PS3, you would summon Simba there, right? Is that Am I mistaken? In
No, on PS3 you use Blizzard as well.
okay.
Yeah.
On level 1 you would
Oh,
use
that's what
Simba.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could also use Simba here as well in the PS4 version, but it takes up another 10 seconds, but it's
Yeah.
a safer strat.
Gotcha. Yeah, Simba becomes more and more important as the game goes on because he can clear out mass waves of
Yeah,
enemies.
especially end game when we have the MP go around Sora's HP bar, which
Yeah.
is insane. So,
Yeah, so I equipped White Fang and the jungle key that we got from Tarzan. Or Deep Jungle, I guess. I keep referring to the world by the name of the movies for some reason.
well, that's fine.
It's okay. Disney's
Yeah.
legal team is on their way, but you know it's no big deal.
Oh no.
Okay, I did it. That was pretty monk-ass.
That was
If you, basically our goal there is to clear those enemies and those enemies only, because if you land on the, if you go anywhere, if you land on the bottom, you have to clear those enemies that spawn as well. So not all of the enemies spawn at once, which is pretty nice, but doing that part optimally is really, really tricky. Also, you can get sniped by bandits here.
and in that room that Violin was previously in, sometimes a special heartless called Black Fungus will appear, and
Yes.
they're obnoxious. They have a lot of HP, but they give a lot of experience points. But the most obnoxious thing about them is that they can make themselves invincible whenever they want. So
Yeah.
right here's the pod centipede, and I'll let Violin explain it.
Just hit it, forehead. No, basically you want to do a full combo at the start and it'll start walking around. That's actually a really, really good fight. Then at the end you want to be past that shadow in the middle of the 2 rooms. And then it'll put you at the last room that you were in. So for that fight specifically, all of the rooms are connected, which is really nice. And this fight is really bad. It's called Tiger Head, and I do it differently from most runners. Most runners go on top of it and do like one-hit combos. I like to do 2 swings, which is very unique. But my goal here is basically to not fall off. It's actually really difficult. A little underdamaged.
But that's fine.
Okay. I'm gonna play it safe and wait. Okay, I had like 3 bandits snipe me, but that's fine. It's good to play, if that happens, it's good to play it safe and just wait instead of trying to hit it more. So it's important to know when to play risky and when to play it safe. So here we have to go to this room where there's a pillar and we knock down the pillar to progress the story.
Yes, the next room over, just right there.
Yeah. But if you have any other donations or announcements, we can get those in probably.
Sure, we have a $20 donation from Keyblade Alchemist saying, a stereotypical anime protagonist once said, "My friends are my power, and I'm theirs." And you have all the power from the Dual Screens podcast and the fam at Cold Ones Incorporated.
So thank you so much, Keyblade.
We also have a $10 donation from Soja Klex. He donated for Go the Distance from Hercules, saying, gotta hear that one.
I'm sorry, Sam.
That's okay. It happens.
It's a good song.
It is a good song. Yeah.
So this fight is really difficult. You have to know how to manipulate Jafar, and we're going to start by doing 2 hits in a blizzard. That'll make Jafar use his magic bubble, which will prevent him from moving. And we want to time that hit so he doesn't fly away, and then he goes into this phase. That was a
One
really, really good
cycle,
fight.
very
One
good.
cycle. The hitbox on that laser attack is very, very big, so you want to be good set distance away from it.
Honestly, it looks like sorcery to me anytime I see a good Jafar fight.
Right? But if he flies away from you, you can actually change where he goes. He always goes to the opposite side of the room that you are
And
in
how
relation
would
to
you
the
do
center.
that?
What is it?
And how would you do that?
You just go to the opposite of where you want him to be.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've always gone in the middle of the room, so.
So I actually used too many blizzards, I think, but it still worked out somehow. Depending on how much damage you do to the lamp, Yago can move in different places. Wow, do you see that health bar? That's insane.
It's so lame.
Jafar, where are you? Jafar, okay.
And there we go.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. That's probably the dumbest fight I've had. But that's Agrabah. That's Agrabah. It was mostly pretty good. So coming up is the escape from the Cave of Wonders, but you can actually die here to leave quicker. Shoutouts to Spike Vegeta for being bad at this game, because he found it by completely on accident.
And do my boy Spike like that.
No, Spike is a really cool guy. He's really amazing.
And if you ever want to see a hilarious Spike Vegeta moment in history, look up on Twitch Spike Vegeta My Birthday. It'll be well worth it, I promise.
I haven't seen that.
I'll show you later.
But yeah, that lets us leave the Cave of Wonders early for whatever reason. The game just doesn't punish you for leaving. So here we get the Genie Summon. Unfortunately, we don't use it. It would be way more useful in level 1, but we don't need to talk about that right now. But coming up is the Monstro World, and if you have any more donations, we can get to those.
Sure, we have a $10 donation from Swift Shadow saying, "Good luck with the run, Violin. Really happy to see you running here. You're putting on a great show."
Yo, Swift is an amazing KH3 runner, and everyone should go check him out. He's also my best friend in the 0.2 community, so he's one of the kindest people I've ever met. So thank you so much, Swift. Really appreciate it. We can get a couple more if you have any.
I don't have any right now, but we do still have the glitch showcase for Kingdom Hearts. We're at 476 out of 1500, so just a quick reminder for you guys to donate to that cause.
Yeah, you guys want to see the Oathkeeper cutscene glitch because it's basically the cutscene where Kairi hands you her Wayfinder, and it's really hilarious the way Sora behaves. So you guys do not want to miss that. So try to donate as much as you can. It would be really awesome to show that. Also, the language glitch is pretty awesome as well.
And now we have cool color changes.
Yeah. So coming up is Monstro. He's I believe Monstro is the shortest world in this run.
Yeah,
it only contains 2 boss fights, but there is some tricky movement actually. Some of the trickiest movement in the run. So hopefully I can get to show that off.
Yeah, but playing it casually is a little bit frustrating.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it's.
But in the speedrun we can pretty much cheese both of the fights by stun locking the boss the entire fight. If your party members allow you to, they can actually stun him out of it. Just quite dumb. But as soon as Monstro reappears, you actually don't have to mash the text anymore, which is pretty nice. So here the text auto advances. Shoutouts to Miss Master for showing me that at SGDQ last year. My mind is blown. Because I get to be more lazy. That's awesome.
You also get high jump on this planet, which is really nice because, I don't know, there's something really uncomforting about the way he normally jumps.
I like how you said.
Yeah,
I like how you said planet.
Oh yeah, it's such a. That's the one thing that KH people always give me flack for. In Ratchet and Clank, we call them planets, but they call them worlds in Kingdom Hearts, and so it's just a force of habit.
I think the planet of Monstro sounds pretty cool.
There's a little bit more gravitas to it, you know.
Yeah. So we have to go through all these chambers, but I'm gonna try to skip chamber 3 right here. And we got it.
Woo!
Let's go.
Good job.
That's really, really hard to do. I'm really bad at that. I'm so happy I got that. That saves about 9 seconds.
Is that the one that's Hobbs jump?
Yeah.
Is
I
it? I have no idea.
so.
I remember there was like 2 that were Hobbs jump, and Hobbs always made sure to tell everybody he found them.
I have no idea. I started speedrunning this game 2 years ago. Not even 2 years ago. Actually, yeah, I started speedrunning in March of 2017, so exactly 2 years. So I wasn't around for a lot of the early stuff. But this boss you can stun lock all the way until the end if you don't drop a combo. But Riku, Donald, and Goofy can mess it up. So let's see. And perfect fight. Let's go.
They've been so cooperative this run.
I know, it's crazy. It's not always like this, guys.
Usually 1 or 2 fights go horribly wrong because of them.
Oh, but now Templeton is going to yell at me for not getting a sub 1 hour Parasite Cage. Rip. But this, after this fight, you get high jump from a chest. And I'm going to do a menu right here. Change out Keyblades. So yeah, we put on
3 wishes.
Yeah, we put on 3 wishes. We put on high jump. We also put on
Hurricane Blast. Hurricane
Yes.
Blast is really good, especially for Parasite Cage. Does it also give like a critical hit?
Yes, it does.
So,
Yeah.
is it always guaranteed though?
No. I think it's random, but it's also based on your position.
You can critical hit in this game?
Yeah.
What the heck?
There's an ability called Critical Plus, which every single party member gets.
Oh, I missed the early stun. You can actually stun him at the very start of the fight, but it's really hard to do.
And so what Critical Plus does, it increases your chances of getting critical hits. And if all party members have Critical Plus equipped, the chances are even higher.
Okay. So what's like the percentage? Do you guys know?
I'm not exactly sure. I mean, if anybody else knows that's watching and is in chat, please let us know.
The swag camera.
Yeah. And I believe the other ability is, I want to say, Cheer? I think it's Cheer.
Cheer increases the time for your summons, and every single party member gets it as well, if I recall correctly. Sora, Donald, and Goofy. And that is going to be really, really important for endgame because, like Violin said at the beginning of the run, we're going to be using Simba way more often at the end run.
Yeah, and it is critical to have all of the cheer abilities equipped because the Simba strats would not be possible without them. And we need our magic because the amount of magic you have also determines how strong your summons are. So that's really, really important. And coming up is my least favorite world in the run, Halloween Town, because I'm pretty bad at it. However, I've actually gotten a bit better at it. In the Lock, Shock, and Barrel fight, I used to use a spell called Stop, which basically stops enemies in time. But I've recently started using Blizzard instead and equipping Ray of Light, which gives you more MP, and it's more consistent to do it that way. So I've been having less trouble.
Yeah, Lock, Shock, and Barrel are not the ones that bother me the most in Halloween Town. It's the platforming.
Oh yeah, that platforming is quite difficult as
that
well.
murdered multiple a run. So
I'm re-entering Monstro here to, I forget what this is called. This is the stone for Dumbo. Water Gleam. That's what it is. I'm also going to do a menu here. And equipping Ray of Light. And now I have one more MP, which makes my MP stronger. And it's great to have more MP. And this is also the shortest coming mission in Kingdom Hearts history. Fun fact. Also, when you're on the bottom here, you can't get hit, because hitboxes are weird.
Does that count for all gummy missions or just this part?
Just this one.
Ah.
Yeah, so the way that this second ring of worlds goes, you skip Atlantica entirely because it just takes so long. And you don't need to necessarily beat all the planets in the ring, all the worlds in the ring to get to Hook's ship. We'll explain that in a little bit. But yeah, you don't do Atlantica in the run because it just takes forever to beat.
We might see it though. We might see it.
We might see it, yeah.
We don't want to see it
We
because
won't be
Atlantica's
visiting.
trash.
But watching Atlantica in a speedrun is really, really awesome.
I just picked up a power boost there. It's really important to have, especially for the boss fights in endgame. A lot of the endgame bosses are actually immune to magic. So we want as much strength as we can get as well. As much as the staff route can allow us. I'm also going to take 2 ethers from Jack and use the power boost right away. We actually don't have Jack in our party though. He doesn't help us at all.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some item collecting. The first thing we're going to get is a Forget-Me-Not, which is in the graveyard. And we have to clear out some Heartless in order to get the Forget-Me-Not from Sally. So the fights can be a little bit finicky, but if you know what you're doing, you'll be fine.
There's actually a strat for this fight brought to our attention by a casual Kingdom Hearts streamer in the community. Her name is Sorasis, so we call this Sis Spawn. So shout outs to Sorasis for accidentally doing this trick. Sometimes the shadows like to go underground. So if you jump back and go forward, you'll spawn the next wave of enemies right away, which is pretty cool. And normally, your blizzards will take 4. You'll have to do 4 blizzards to clear the last wave, but since we have Ray of Light on, it only takes 3, because the blizzard is stronger. But there's a lot of back and forth in this world, which is another reason I don't like it. You have to go to Dr. Finkelstein, I want to say 3 times. And then we see him a 4th time at the end, so it's wonderful.
And the real shame of that is that he's just so ugly. He is so ugly.
Are they supposed to be beautiful?
His mind is beautiful.
I mean, I think Jack is.
Listen, I'm fine with the rest of them, but Finkelstein is just so ugly. I hate looking at his stupid beak mouth. His weird, misshapen head. Ugh.
So in this room, you can actually get white mushrooms instead of these enemies. Oh, I'm bad. You're actually supposed to jump on this and not spawn any more enemies. Hopefully I don't spawn the last wave. Awesome.
Ooh,
I can at least
really
skip those. But yeah. You only have to kill the 3 white knights there. I'm using an ether while this minigame is going on, so I don't lose any time. 372. Alright guys, everyone has to donate $3.72. Do it right now. No, I'm kidding. But we definitely need to hit that incentive. And if we have any more donations, we can get to them anytime.
Sure. We have a $10 donation from Pessilus saying, "Good luck, Vio. Keep doing what you do." Also, hi Zem, have to vote for Go the Distance for you.
I've accepted my fate.
Thank you, Pessilus. Another great Kingdom Hearts runner.
We have a $5 donation from Echo saying, "Donating for that glitch showcase, because I've seen the Oathkeeper cutscene glitch before and everyone needs that in their life. Also, amazing job on the run and amazing job on the violin. The Disney songs always make Kingdom Hearts runs great and the violins make it even better."
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Lastly, a $10 donation from Earthbound Ian. "Yo, violin, good luck, my dude. Donation to Glitch Showcase, happy face. P.S. Shoutouts to my dudes Lingo Maniac 88 and Retro Chris 64.
Well, thank you so much, Ian. Ian is also a really, really nice dude in the Cage community.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
So this is another area where Black Fungus can spawn, and it loses us 10 seconds if they do. And they didn't spawn. Let's go.
Woo!
We're just going to clear these out with Blizzard. That was a good fight. I'm going to use another Ether for safety. Thanks to a cool cage runner named CA Templeton, we actually don't need any ethers past this point. So shout outs to him. So I can use all of the ethers in Halloween Town. Be just fine.
So break down, at least, because I don't know, I'm sure many people in chat don't, what is the significance of that?
Well, we used to use an ether for the guard armor fight in the 3rd Traverse Town visit, but we don't need it anymore, and I'll explain when I get there.
Okay.
It'll make more sense. But Templeton and Rubblewatt have both done so much for this game in terms of finding new strats and routing and stuff. And there are a lot more people in the community as well, but those are the main PS4 guys that I know.
Yeah, so then, I'll let you explain this fight, and then I'll spiel.
You just spam Blizzard. Yeah. That's about it.
Okay.
Just make sure it's hitting all of them. Sometimes it's not, because Goofy likes to knock them around. That was a... Wait, I spoke too soon.
Barrel, please.
Okay, that was fine. That's fine.
We'll take it. Yeah, something I was just going to bring up is that, you know, oftentimes people who only casually watch speedruns or are very loosely related to the communities don't always know there's usually some people who are always trying to strat hunt and try to make things faster. It's not just people doing speedruns, and oftentimes the strat finders don't get enough credit. So, I mean, shout outs to all the people who very tirelessly put in all that work into their speed games just to make things a little tiny bit faster.
Yeah. This game is definitely a community effort, and it wouldn't be as optimized as it is now without so many of the people in the community. So here you want to jump at the very start and use Blizzard on the 2 gargoyles. That lets both of them come down to you immediately, which is really nice. And we cleared both of them, and the camera likes to be weird, but just gotta follow Oogie.
So he's trying to lock out Donald and Goofy here.
Dude, what are you doing?
They can mess up the
Okay,
process
whatever.
of hitting.
Oogie was trolling me and went back and forth.
So the way this fight works is that Oogie will take a static number of hits, either 9 or 10, dependent. I think it is.
It's
Is that
10.
part RNG? Okay.
It's always 10.
Okay, I remember somebody mentioning it was either 9 or 10.
But Donald and Goofy can add to his hit counter.
Okay.
Oh, let's go.
That's really good.
Yes.
Yeah, in those dice, depending on the numbers on the dice, they can either bring out buzzsaws or bring you into the center where Violin is right now.
That was a good fight.
That was fantastic.
And shoot you. Or it'll bring up a healing pod that Oogie can go to, and that can kill a bunch of time.
Yeah, not getting Dice Reflect can lose up to 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was so fast.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you let Oogie walk around long enough while the switches are active, he'll disable the switches and he'll put barriers around you. So I had no choice but to have Donald and Goofy around me, unfortunately. But it worked out, surprisingly.
Yeah, it did work out.
Yeah. It's always a risk, though.
But yeah, because he can only take 10 hits before he knocks you out, you just want to maximize damage. And you're just going to try to be destroying, I think there's 6 orbs in total, is that correct?
7.
7? Okay.
I've actually never counted, so...
Well, that's 2.
Yeah.
3.
And then the 4th one's just right above
Oh,
there.
I was trying to do a cool jump that I found in the practice room. Kind of failed it. Fine.
So here's 4.
Yeah, that's the 4th one.
Wow, we can count.
We're doing it.
There's 5.
Don't call these orbs, by the way.
Well, you had to mention it. This is your fault. You brought this upon yourself.
Oh
now.
my goodness.
That's
Why?
annoying. All right, and here's the last one.
That ledge grab, by the way, is called Mist Jump, because Mist Master 1 found it.
Shout out to Mist.
Oh, I see all the orb spam in the chat now.
Orb.
Told
All right,
you, man.
all right, the crowd can shout orb once if they want.
I don't
All
want
right.
to.
But now is the worst part of the run. So the next world is Neverland, and there's a 70% chance that it can show up on the first go. There's a 30% chance that you won't get it, and you'll go to Atlantica instead. On top of that, you can miss hook ship multiple times. I think the record is 8 misses in a row.
Oh God.
So I really hope I don't get something like that.
That's so funny, especially considering you're more likely to get it than the other way around.
Yes, it's really weird.
Bless RNG in the chat, please.
Or a violin curse RNG.
Or a Ninja Grumpy because it's funny looking.
But if we have any more donations,
wanted to
we
be
can
included.
get to them.
Sorry.
Got it.
Yeah, we have time for donations. Is there any?
Yeah.
None right now, but
Okay.
we have $481 to the Glitch Showcase out of 1,500, so make sure you guys donate for that.
And if you want me to explain the Kingdom Hearts lore, $250. Come on, guys. I think that's a perfect number. Our RNG manipulation, it works. It sometimes works 100% of the time. It is sometimes 100% consistent.
All right, so we'll be coming up here in a little bit.
There will be 2 rings. Those are the 2 rings of doom, or 2 rings of destiny, and we got it. Let's go.
All right.
Missing it once loses you 46 seconds, and then on top of that, I believe it's like 15 seconds for every miss afterwards. Also, you don't need to mash any of the text here, but this world is. There's one fight in particular I really dislike, which is anti-Sora. It's actually my least favorite
Didn't
fight
we
in
use
this whole
to
game.
use stop for that?
There is a stop strat you can do, but it's very inconsistent for me.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go for the safer strat.
Yeah, the idea is that he wants to loop Anti-Sora
Mhm.
by doing the same combo over and over, but there's a lot of ways in which your combo can get messed up because you're in such a cramped space.
Yeah.
But you'll see in a little bit he has to go through the rest of this.
There's a lot of weird things poking out of the walls that stop you from doing a finisher or doing an air combo. Goofy can also push him around a lot, which is really annoying.
I love that Anti-Sora's just floating around the whole time. It's like he's
And
not even
dancing.
doing anything, he's just dancing.
Cool little swing you can do there. You don't have to actually climb the ladder.
I think this is one of my favorite pieces in the whole score. Is the,
It's really good.
Yeah.
Because of the violin.
yeah.
I'm a little biased, I'm sorry. Okay. So coming up after this Trinity is a cool swag jump I like to do. You can clank off walls here and gain momentum from the clank off the wall.
I love these Trinities because they imply that they didn't know how to climb on each other's shoulders until like they obtained this magical ability to do so. All right, so here's the
I
Anti-Sora
got a bad
fight.
pattern. But I think I need some serious time.
Yeah, one thing you want to know about Anti-Sora is that sometimes he will split himself into 3 different versions of himself, and 2 out of the 3 have a very small HP bar, which you see on the top left corner, which is enabled to see with the ability Scan, which you get early in the game.
Wow, I looped him
But,
perfectly.
yeah, that was good.
Wow.
That was a sick fight.
But
Let's
you
see if
know,
I get fast fade out.
but yeah, you know, if you get those 3 Anti-Soras, just use Blizzara in your gold.
You can actually walk up against that wall at the fade out, and you can get a faster fade out, but it tends to be random. So there's a lengthy menu here.
I like this little L pose you have him in right now, or I pose, I suppose. I don't know. Lowercase L. It was a T pose thing. I don't know. I tried. I'm sorry, everyone.
So there's a lot of stuff going on in that menu. Basically, I customized Goofy and Peter Pan. I customized Peter Pan so he can give me ethers more. I also removed Peter Pan's top 3 abilities because those use MP. We don't want Peter Pan using any MP. I also gave Goofy Tornado and Cheer. Then I gave Donald MP Raise, Cheer, and some other. I forget. I don't remember these abilities anymore. I just equipped them. I don't even ask. But this is our first usage of Simba. And you'll see just how powerful he is.
It's also going to be a first usage of Stop pretty soon, which
Yes.
is also very OP.
Yeah, that's in the next fight, which is pretty crazy.
I also put on Air Combo Plus on Sora. If you want to do a 3-tick charge there, and for the second and third wave, you want to do a full charge. And it doesn't kill the big pirate ship, so you have to go kill it yourself. Oh. Okay, there's a problem.
What's up?
I didn't put Air Combo Plus on.
You'll be fine.
But it's okay because you can leave this fight. Did you guys know that? You can just leave. And then I'm gonna put on Air Combo Plus.
I love Hook just politely waits for you to come back.
Right.
True gentleman indeed. So what Stop does, the more MP you have, the longer its effects last. So
That doesn't really matter here though. We just want to stop him 8 times and do full combos. What the? I clicked on something.
And then you're going to watch his health bar just completely evaporate.
There we go.
And there it goes.
good
Not bad.
fight.
Man, there's sure a lot of clinking in this run right now. I think it's Zem's fault because he runs Ratchet and Clink.
I don't get it. I don't get it. You got to explain
Oof. So you know the character name Clank? No. But yeah, the route here is to hit. Oh my god, there's more clanking, guys.
Hey man, don't blame me for your problems.
You have to hit the. What is it called? A hand.
Yeah, the hands
You have to hit
clock.
the hand of the clock 3 times to play the next cutscene. And then in this world, we pick up. It's called the Flare G. It's a super upgraded engine for our gummy ship. Then we're going to do another menu here before leaving the world. That also does sub perfectly for Opposite Armor in Traverse Town. This is Slayer G. And a quick menu here. So there I equipped Ars Arcanum, which is a limit that Sora can do. You also get Glide from Neverland, which is very, very useful for platforming. Then I also equipped Guard, which you don't get until that specific level. So pretty late in the game, but it's very useful.
Yeah, a lot of people who played this game casually are used to getting guard very early because they tend to pick sword route,
Yeah.
which gives you guard at like what, like level 6 or something like that. But or at least I don't know, something early on. But you don't get guard on staff route until much later.
So I'm going to Merlin's house real quick to pick up Dumbo from Fairy Godmother. Dumbo helps us with platforming as well in Hollow Bastion. It's a pretty cool skip. But we don't use Dumbo to fight anything, unfortunately. That'd be
Dumbo's a
pretty
lover,
cool.
not a fighter.
Exactly. And now we get to fight Opposite Armor. The weird thing about Opposite Armor is he can give you completely random patterns, and the speed of your fight is based on whatever attacks he does. He can completely go aggressive, which you want him to do, or he can just fly around and not care at all.
Yeah, but before you can fight Opposite Armor, you're gonna ring the bell 3 times, which is on top of the electrical room or whatever this place is.
The Gizmo Shop. And here I'm going to use one fire to get more MP in the next fight. Because as you see, there's a little orange MP bar over the blue. It's really hard to describe how it works, but whenever you do hits, physical combo hits, that orange MP bar fills up. And by using a fire there, you set up your MP so you can do 2 Ars Arcanums in the opposite armor fight. So shoutouts to CA Templeton for that strat. It saves us from having to use an ether. Whoops. It's not skippable.
Last one.
Yeah.
So first the game's gonna try to trick you into thinking that you're just fighting guard armor again. Then guard armor spawns, you're like, oh hey, it's that
And you can
guy.
you can bring down guard armor really easily.
Yeah. It only takes a couple hits.
Oh, hey, how you doing, buddy?
And he's gone. See ya.
Hey, you did it, you won.
Yay! We can go home now. No, okay. So you want to guard here, and then use R's on the left hand, or I guess that's his right hand.
It's our
I'm a
left
little
stage
low.
right.
That is not what I want. Yeah. Unfortunate RNG pattern right there. Actually, no, that was. What am I
That
talking
worked
about?
out. Yeah.
That was good. But he just took like 10 seconds putting himself together, and during that he was invincible. Also, watch this cutscene, it's good. It's really funny. You can skip that so early. While
Why
the
did they let you do that?
I don't know. The HUD is still up there and you can skip it.
Now I know the PS3 version was a port. Is this also technically a port?
This is a port of the PS3 version, yeah.
So it's a port of a port?
It's a port of a port
Alright, that explains a lot.
of an expansion of the original game.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Does this, do they fix the thing that happens in PS3 where the game just crashes sometimes?
No.
So you're saying there's a chance?
You can crash in many ways in this game. I'm sure some ways haven't been found yet. You can actually get a crash in the first Shadows fight in the tutorial of this game. But
Is there a consistent way to set it up, or does it just happen?
it just happens.
Okay, that's real cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, one thing I think I told you the other day is when Kingdom Hearts Final Mix was released on the PS2 in Japan, you could skip the cutscene, but you have to watch it once in order for you to skip that said cutscene.
Yeah.
Oh, so
So-
it's like if you die over and over, then you can skip it. But you
Yeah,
can't.
pretty much. So, like,
Okay.
if you do a boss fight, let's say Captain Hook, and then you die to Captain Hook, and then you do the whole
Yeah, you know,
boat
the
battle,
launch
you
off.
can skip those
So
cutscenes.
what is the last song that'll be performed?
Looks like it's Go the Distance.
All right, let's go down.
Well,
Good luck.
we'll see how this goes. We'll see what happens at 9:30 in the morning. All right, let me look up the lyrics to this. I should have pulled this up beforehand. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. Let me see here. I have often dreamed of a far-off place where a great warm welcome will be waiting for me. And the crowds will cheer when they see my face. And a voice keeps saying, this is where I'm meant to be. I will find my way. I can go the distance. I'll be there someday. If I can be strong, I know every mile will be worth my while. I would go most anywhere to feel like I belong. I am on my way. I can go the distance. I don't care how far, somehow I'll be strong. I know every mile will be worth my while. I would go most anywhere to feel like I belong. There you go.
Let's go, Zeb.
Thank you.
So this is the longest load in the game, by the way. But now we get Beast in our party, and we also, instead of a Keyblade, we get a stick. It does no physical damage. So the only thing that works is magic. So we're gonna soft shortcut gravity, which does percentage-based damage on the enemy. Basically, what soft shortcutting is you can scroll down in your command menu, hover over a magic, and then back out of it, and that magic will still be highlighted next time you go into the magic menu. Pretty nice. That feature is only in Cage 1 and 2. Unfortunately, they got rid of it in Cage 3.
Violin, I just pulled out a fresh slice of pizza. Would you like a bite?
We can wait until the unskippable cutscene.
Okay.
That'll be a perfect time.
That would be a perfect time, I agree.
Oh, spoilers. Oh no. But yeah, there's another unskippable cutscene. But again, guys, remember to donate towards the glitch showcase. So that's going to be really, really fun. We can get to some of the new donations if we have any.
Yeah, we have a $20 donation from Sedgehog saying, I remember playing this game for days and days when I was little, and seeing it condensed into 2 hours is kind of crazy. Also, I donated towards the glitch showcase, so now we're a third of the way there with $500.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So here there's one defender enemy. We want to use gravity on it as soon as we can. And then Beast is going to do his limit. Awesome. That was very optimal. Yes, Beast, I know. Sometimes the defender can drop defender shield for Goofy. There's like a fraction of a percentage of that happening. Or he can also drop an elixir, which is also very rare. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And then coming up is the first boss fight. It's Riku 1, I guess we call him. And we basically want to use R's Arcanum and have Goofy use Tornado. I like to call that strat the R's Hyokanum strat. But yeah. I guess I should say I used to use an Ether in this fight that's coming up, but I've gotten pretty comfortable with using basic attacks. And I have enough magic for 2 R's at least.
Now you're going to despawn these dark balls right over here by calling Beast over to you.
Yeah, fighting them would be really slow right now because our weapon does no physical damage. We basically have to... It's basically me when I play Fortnite with random teams. I basically have to be carried. I'm so bad.
Yeah, so what happens in the plot is that Riku out-chads Sora, and so the Keyblade just dips. It's like, nah, I want to be with this guy.
And
Again,
then,
if you want that plot explanation, $250.
You wouldn't say this stuff about Riku at LAN. He's jacked. I love that before and after photo of just like, hey, remember Riku? This is what he looks like now, and it's like him like super swole. Oh, but then Sora remembers that the chadliest thing out there is the power of friendship, so he gets the Keyblade back.
Goofy, nice. Do that some more for me. I think Donald actually staggered him right there. What?
That was a good fight.
Okay.
At least from my perspective. I don't know. Was it a good fight?
yeah, it was pretty
Okay,
good.
good, good. I'm glad I'm right.
So coming up is a puzzle section, and I'm going to do, since it's a marathon, I'm going to do a very risky strat that saves 2 seconds, but if you miss it, loses you 30 seconds. It was found by Liquid Wi-Fi, so you know it's a bad strat. But
Dang,
No,
dude, he doesn't even
I'm just
run
kidding.
Kingdom Hearts anymore.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Shout outs to Liquid Wi-Fi. He's
We love
a
you,
really nice
Wi-Fi.
guy.
He's a sick dude.
Also, I heard it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Can we get a Feels birthday man in the chat?
HBLW.
But yeah, it's basically called Liquid Glide. At the end of the puzzle, when you light the last candle, there will be an animation of the last puzzle piece falling, but you can glide during that, and you cannot see Sora on screen, so it's hard to tell what's going on. If I get it during this marathon, that would be amazing. Then you guys can donate the $250, right?
Then yeah, you're basically.
Oh, now
obligated.
I have a lot of pressure. I'm gonna focus.
Yeah, dude, you gotta.
It's right after this. And did we get it? No, we missed it.
Not like this.
I'm sorry. It would have been cool. It would have been cool.
Now we'll never get those $250.
No, I'm sorry.
Dang it.
It was a good effort, though. So let's get half of. No, I'm kidding.
Half the effort.
Yeah, just have to collect these last two pieces. Then we can be on our way.
Is the cool slidey thing still a part of the route?
Yes, except I'm bad.
Oh.
So I couldn't do it. If we have any more donations, we can get like 2 of them in.
Sure, I have a $25 donation from JStock118. Great run of Kingdom Hearts. Love the musical intermission. Donating towards the Glitch Showcase. And I have a $50 donation from Mooing Lemur. Glad I happened to catch your run, ViolinGamer. Good luck. And just a quick update. Now we're at 576 out of 1500 for the Glitch Showcase.
Very nice.
Alright, so there are going to be 2 wyverns here. We want to use stop on this one, use 2 fires and a gravity, and that'll allow him to die without following us. And so we'll be able to open this chest as quickly as we can. It also gives us a bit of experience, which is pretty nice. Then we make our way to this switch right here, and we go to the elevator. There's another fight there. That strat for the wyvern was found by Rio Peace. He used to go by Terizzle. He's also he's still active in the cage community. He's pretty awesome. You guys should definitely go check him out.
Yeah, he's a really, really good runner.
I'm also soft shortcutting Dumbo, which I'm going to use later. I do it so I don't forget. So what I want to happen here is 3 wizards are going to spawn. I want Goofy to use Tornado on one of them. Hopefully Donald doesn't use Stop, and I'm going to take care of the other 2 myself.
So, Violin, who's your favorite boss?
My favorite boss? It's either Riku Ansem or Ansem 2.
Okay.
I like Riku Ansem because I can call him Ransom, and it sounds cool.
How about you, Megas?
That's a hard one. One of my favorites is Dragon Maleficent because of the strats that we can do. Another fight of mine is also in here is Ransom, I guess we can call him for now. It's just because of the music. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our first and only Trinity that we get, and we get 2 cottages and 1 Megalixir, which will be very useful here. And go ahead, Zam.
Oh, I was
Sorry.
going to say, I always love Chernobog.
Yeah, Chernobog is pretty cool.
Well, I love that he just comes out of nowhere, and it's never explained.
Yeah,
and
that's
he's
why.
just there. It's so cool. It's like a nice little Easter egg, except you had to fight him.
Time for one of my favorite skips of the game, Dumbo Skip.
This skips a lot.
This is so stupid. This I don't care what anyone says. This strat is so dumb. I hate that it works.
It's a huge
But look
oversight.
at that. You just skip so much of this.
And we do that. We used Dumbo 3 times in Hollow Bastion. So huge oversight by the developers, but a nice oversight. Thank you.
Something that you learn very quickly when you run any Kingdom Hearts games that they're usually very solid. It's so hard to sequence break anything in Kingdom Hearts or like go out of order. Like flips almost entirely don't exist, like out of bounds of any sort. There is the one gate clip in this game. There's Cavern of Remembrance skip in KH2, but that's, you know, there's not a whole lot else that's even functional.
I barely had enough MP to do that.
Wow, really
Wow.
good fight right
That
there.
was sick. And here I am just spieling on through the whole thing.
So with Dragon Maleficent, we're going to be using some stop strats, and I do need to focus here because the timing is very, very precise. If you mess up one hit, then the strat doesn't work anymore. It's important I do one hit at the very start though, so she doesn't. She has HP gates, and if you do one hit on her, the HP gates don't matter. Oh, I'm dropping a lot of hits here. Oh, okay, that's good. That's a good
Wow.
save. That's a good save.
Wow.
Wow.
That was sick.
Amazing, good job.
That was very clutch.
That fight can
That
get
could have
horrifying.
that could have gone so poorly. Once all the green fires everywhere, you can die really easily, even on beginner.
Yeah, and the worst part is even when Dragon Maleficent is stopped, when she's in the middle of breathing the green fire, it still damages you. So
Oh,
watch
that's
out
an
for
active
that.
hitbox? That's
Yep.
so lame.
I know.
I got her right before the hitbox was active, which is crazy.
So if you stop Hook as he's doing his like weird parry thing, can you just not hit him?
You'll just infinitely parry him.
Wow.
Yeah. So this fight I also need series time because it's really hard. The premise here is I want to loop him, and the loop is extremely precise, especially with the strat I'm doing. This is a more recent, more advanced strat. A lot of precise air combos. Ooh.
Oh no!
I jumped a bit too slowly. I
this
tried
is-
to jump too early and the input didn't work.
He's done such a good job, we haven't had to explain this, but that's called a DM, a desperation move. Most, if not all of them, have desperation moves.
Thank you.
And that happens when you get to a certain HP barrier. They throw out this attack that usually makes them invulnerable, and in a speedrun, it often just loses you time. Because obviously, you know, you're not just going to outright die to most DMs. The big one, as well as Ansem 2, he has 2 different DMs that Violin is going to try to skip. So they're just annoying, if nothing else, to get DM'd.
Yeah, the good thing about Riku Ansem on the PS4 version is that his DM is twice as fast as it's supposed to be because of 60 FPS. And the developers, the devs still haven't patched that, which is funny. So we lose a bit less time than we would on PS2 and PS3.
Well, don't give him any ideas.
But here we're playing as the Shadow. In the community, we like to call the Shadow Albert.
Is there any particular reason?
I don't know. I don't know. It was started by Biz, so we went on. We went along with it. That's a cool name. And it's important here to not get hit by Donald, because if you get hit by Donald, then you suck. Okay. I want to get bonkless. Otherwise, I will disappoint a lot of people in the community. Oh, that was so clean.
Go!
All right, where's the 250? Come on, guys. Yeah, this is the last Traverse Town visit. This is where the Oathkeeper cutscene is. If you guys want to see the glitched version of the Oathkeeper cutscene, please donate towards that.
Yeah, there's only, you know, about a half hour left, so really make sure that if you really want to see that, now's the time to, you know, get all your friends and family to...
And we can get into any more donations that we have for that.
Yeah, we have $25 from TP Speedrunning saying, "Hello friends, it me again. Sorry for dropping last minute, just had to take care of something. But I'm happy to see Kingdom Hearts be ran by someone as great as Violin. Put this towards naming Ness Drew and setting the player name to Moggs. Gotta keep on brand, Kappa."
Thank you, TP. We can get to a lot of other donations if you have any. There's plenty of downtime.
No, but just a reminder that our glitch showcase is at $576 out of $1,500 right now, so we need about $926 left to get that goal in, so keep on donating, guys.
Oh, I actually got it right there, but I'm not allowed to show it.
Oh no.
I actually got the glitch right there.
Oh no.
If you guys want to see that, make sure you donate. Right, so we got the Oathkeeper. The Oathkeeper gives us a lot more magic, so we're going to equip that as soon as we enter Hollow Bastion again. And we're doing some more save warping. On the English version, you would actually warp into... You would warp from the accessory shop into Merlin's house because the gate is still there since they clipped through it.
I didn't think about that. That's funny.
But on JP, it's not there, so you just go in the normal way. The non-cheating way.
Which is faster overall.
Yeah, exactly. I also picked up a chest during the Wyvern section in Hollow Bastion. It's the Haste 2 gummy. It's a booster that makes our ship really fast, and you'll see that right now. It's ridiculously fast. And enjoy this music for the last time. It's one of my favorite tunes.
Man, what a bop.
Look how fast the ship is.
So
It's so fast.
such a speedy boy.
But again, we just hold square and circle until the very end. There will be a transition where I will purposely not hold square. And I'll explain when it comes up.
Now the colors are going to start to get real trippy.
I'll just wait till the last world. It's pretty interesting.
I remember when I was a kid, the color palette for these gummy missions would always freak me out, which I guess is its intended purpose.
Yeah.
But nowadays it just hurts my eyes.
So I don't want to use a boost here because this is one of the transitions. And as soon as I see that rock, I can start boosting again. Yeah, a cool thing about the Final Mix version is all of the enemies are also recolored to hurt your eyes even more.
Thank God for that.
It'd be cool if there was a filter to change them back to the original, but now going back to the original, all the enemies look weird.
Yeah. The recolors are pretty cool though.
Oh, yeah, you can just quit out of the gummy mission when you reach a certain point.
I was gonna mention that, like,
And just warp to Hollow Bastion.
I thought I had a stroke for a second. I was like, what just happened?
Shoutouts to Spike, I think, for dying in that gummy mission. I don't know how Spike I don't know how Spike does that. He finds so many amazing strats. Totally intentional, you're right. So we want Beast and Goofy in our party because Beast has ethers that he can give us. And ethers are pretty crucial in the last boss of this world, which is Behemoth. I'm also going to do a quick menu here. Equip Oathkeeper. Put on the bottom 3 abilities for Goofy. Unequip Tornado. Put on Leaf Bracer on Sora. Put on Cheer and MP Haste on Donald. And I shortcutted Gravity as well. And I'm going to soft shortcut Dumbo. So I'm going to use him here. And on Beast, I removed... he can do 2 limits. He can either do a Ferocious Lunge, or he can do a Roar. And we want him to Roar, because it does an area of effect kind of damage. Oh, no.
What did you do?
You'll be fine.
Oh my god.
Oh, no. I've done that only twice in my runs before.
So he meant to summon Dumbo.
Yeah.
Got Tinkerbell. So
Let's summon Dumbo next time.
thankfully it's not too big of a deal. Obviously you lose
Yeah.
time, but it's not like he's going to be gated out of summoning or anything like that from here on in.
It's quite unfortunate.
Yeah.
About 20 seconds, I want to say.
And so he's going to try to bait these enemies out because you can't summon until enemies are on the field.
What that was totally Dumbo though, right?
Maybe you like fat fingered up or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Weirder things have definitely happened in my speed runs. So I'm just like, why did I just do this? So it's not outside the realm of
I'm hoping the
possibility.
red Nocturne doesn't follow me, because that would be super unfortunate. Okay, it didn't. So I'm not in as much trouble as I thought I would be. Thankfully. So yeah, in this elevator fight, we want to position Beast as center, as much in the center as possible, so that his roar can hit as many enemies as possible. Sometimes he won't roar immediately.
Well, if he's just standing
He'll
there
just-
as you're running at him,
He'll
you're like, hey.
he'll just jump around. We'll see. What are you doing? Oh, okay. See, now we didn't kill these two.
Beast line.
Whatever. He did half his job.
And to be honest, that's more than most of us can say.
Half is still passing in my books. Yeah. We do another Dumbo skip, and then we can touch a save point to refill magic. We don't have to worry about magic this time. And Goofy also got an ability called MP Gift. Goofy basically gives up 1 MP to, in turn, give Sora an ether, pretty much. So it's very, very nice.
Yeah, so you'll see when he's doing the Ars Arcanums, they'll deplete his MP bar pretty quickly, but then he'll just randomly get 3 more MP to do another Ars, and that's the MP gift taking in. Sometimes Goofy doesn't do it, which is annoying, but usually he's pretty compliant.
Yeah, and the one thing, I think I told you this the other day as well, in the original release of Kingdom Hearts, not the final mix version, it costed 1 MP for Goofy to use MP gift, and then the developers decided to nerf it and make it cost 2 MP.
Oh yeah,
instead
it's
of
my
3.
bad. I said it costs 1 MP. It actually costs 2 MP.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
in this version it costs 2.
Yeah, it's extremely busted in other versions where it only costs 1 MP.
It's still very, very useful in
Yeah.
this one.
Which kind of goes to show how powerful it actually is when they, you know, have its effectiveness, and it's still incredible.
So Behemoth is a really, really interesting boss. You want to hit him with specific attacks at specific points in order to manipulate his attack pattern. It's somewhat consistent, but sometimes things happen. If you fall off of him, then the whole fight changes. Hopefully I don't do that. So I want to start off by doing 2 hits here and a full Rs. Well, not a full Rs. I don't want to do the finisher. Then do another RS here on his form. Then do some physical hits. Then he'll fire lasers from the sky. You can dodge those, but it's very random. how the lasers fall. I want to use an ability called Leaf Bracer there. It prevents you from getting hit while you're using Cure. So I use Cure there to not get staggered. This is a pretty good fight so far.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Beast throws me something. Come on, one of you. Beast, what are you doing? Unfortunately, Beast isn't being very nice.
There we go. Goofy got you back.
Finally. All right. I mean, there's nothing much I could do there.
Yeah. That's the way that I tend to describe Kingdom Hearts games on the whole is that it tends to be very easy if things behave the way they're supposed to. But what's difficult about these speedruns is what happens when it doesn't work the way it's supposed to. You have to be able to adapt and understand the game very well.
Yeah. So, about that pizza.
Oh yeah, by all means.
Also, we can get to some donations here.
Don't have
Thank
everything
you,
right
sir.
now, but of course, we still have the glitch showcase, $576 out of $1,500 right now. We're getting close to the end of the run, guys, so be sure to tune in those donations.
So yeah, as Violin mentioned, this cutscene is unskippable. You cannot skip it. No matter what you do, you can't skip it, and every time it's unskippable, so you can't skip it.
Exactly.
There's always somebody in a chat. Every runner's just like, why aren't you skipping this? So it's very good to be clear.
Also, I don't know if you would count this as two separate cutscenes, but the next one's also unskippable. Which is awesome because it's a great cutscene. It's so vital to the story. So I'll have the rest of the slice later.
Yeah, no
Thank
worries.
you
I got you.
so much. That is some good pizza. Also, guys, don't forget to donate towards the cutscene glitch and towards the stench glitch, the glitch showcase. We have about 20 minutes left for that. It'd be pretty awesome to show that off.
You know, it would only make your day, but, you know, who are we to say?
Now, who would want to make my day? So from Behemoth, we got an accessory called Omega Arts. It reduces our MP by a little bit, but it also increases our strength by a lot. So we want that for the upcoming Invisibles fight. Invisibles are really, really annoying Heartless that can DM you. They can basically disappear, go invisible, and they lose you upwards of 10 to 15 seconds per DM. So having extra strength is very important.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, are they the only standard enemy that can DM? I know
No, wizards can also DM with a thunder attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's very rare for a standard enemy to have a DM, and as we explained before, DMs, when you get them, are very annoying because they're very time-consuming.
Yeah, there are also enemies called Angel Stars, and they can summon new Angel Stars if you don't get rid of them quickly enough.
They can also defend themselves when they get down to a certain amount of HP, which is really obnoxious because you can't hit them physically. But if I do recall correctly, you can actually use gravity to
Yeah, you can use
damage
gravity on
them.
them.
So.
And this strat I came up with last year. You have to use gravity in a specific way. Wow, unfortunately Goofy knocked him out of the gravity, which is very unfortunate, very rare to happen.
He's allowed to have one, you know. He's been pretty clutch the entire run so far. He's allowed to have a moment of spaghetti.
But this run has to be perfect. That's why I summoned Tinkerbell, right? Also that attack, you can't hit him during that attack, fortunately. Donald was wailing on him though, which is pretty nice. Yeah, unfortunately we got DM'd. It's hard to deal with that fight whenever Donald or Goofy messed that up.
Mostly Donald.
There it was mostly Goofy. He likes to push things around. Just like he pushes around Anti-Sora.
He gets a little rambunctious sometimes.
So we're going to use Gravity on each of these Angel Stars here and hopefully finish all of them off before they spawn another Angel Star. Can be quite finicky though because they fly around completely randomly. And if your party members hit them too much, the Angel Stars will cover themselves up. But that was pretty good. There's an elixir chest you can get here, but I'll be doing a strat for Dark Side 3 without using an elixir. I'm also going to use a cottage here. It basically acts like a save point. It refills all of your party's MP and HP. It just doesn't let you save.
He's going to need it because there's another behemoth fight coming up here.
Yeah, you need full MP here, and you need Goofy to throw you MP as well.
Yeah, there's also a chance that it could also drop another Omega Arts, but that's like, what, a 15% chance?
It's like a 5% chance. Just want to use up all the gravity, then stand on his leg here. You're actually invincible to this attack when you're on his leg. And then you want to use ours here. Hopefully Goofy throws me... Okay, he did. That was a good fight.
Very good fight. Wow.
No Omega Arts.
Oh well.
What does Omega Arts do again?
Gives you a lot of strength.
Gotcha.
It would be good for the Ansem fights.
Oh, is that like a bangle, like an equip?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm going to trade out my Raven's Claws for the Ray of Light to give me more MP. The reason I want more MP now is for the Simba strats that are coming up, and Simba is very important.
Does everybody have cheer equipped?
Cure or cheer?
Cheer.
Cheer.
Yeah, everyone has cheer. They
Okay.
should have cheer.
Yeah, it's really important that all 3 party members have cheer because it gives you the most amount of MP you can have.
Yeah.
For the summons.
Or, yeah, summons. Same difference.
So for this first fight, basically you're visiting all of the worlds that you haven't been to before, which is pretty neat. So the first world is Olympus, which we don't need to visit. And we're going to summon Simba. We're going to stun all of these enemies by doing a 2-tick charge. And then we'll do 3 full charges. And that'll kill everyone. And I can pan the camera towards the enemies just to show you guys how strong Simba is.
I love how menacing this looks. All of them just slowly creeping towards you.
And then we have Simba.
And they just die.
Long live the king.
And that's it. Then you want to dismiss Simba as soon as possible. Because the longer you have him summoned, whenever you have something summoned, you can't exit through a load zone.
Yeah, so the idea here is that you have to have all levels completed at this portion of the game, and the blue flames going upwards represent the planets he has not yet beaten, which happen to be Olympus Coliseum and Atlantica, the ones that he didn't visit. And so you're just going to clear all the enemies here. Is there others, or is it just those 2?
It's just those 2.
There's also 100 Acre Wood.
Oh, that's right. But there's.
But you just get like an elixir there, and there's a save point there if you're running low on MP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, we have plenty of cottages and tents.
And here you have to wait for the actual command.
You have to
start
wait for
moving.
the screen to flash.
Yeah.
If you leave before the screen flashes, you have to redo the fight. Because it doesn't count you. It doesn't count it towards being completed. So here I'm picking up another Mega Elixir chest. Mega Elixir refills your entire party's MP and HP. It's very, very useful for the final fights. Here's a very big Invisibles fight. I just want to use Gravity as frequently as I can and try to gather all of the stragglers. But this fight can be quite finicky, and the DM is pretty likely.
And you can actually
Wow,
go back out
DM.
through that door if you're not careful. You
Yeah.
have to do the fight over, which is pretty funny.
Thankfully, that was a DM-less fight.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, gravity shreds their health bar the first couple times you do it, but there's diminishing returns, so you have to use the Keyblade to finish off the fight.
Yeah, it's percentage based on how much their how much health they have.
Okay.
And here we have Chernobog.
The best boss in
Chernobog
this game.
can give you like about 3 different patterns. I want to do combos here without finishers. He gave me the worst pattern, by the way. But I want to get Fire Pillar Skip. Basically, he summons a giant Fire Pillar that does a lot of damage to you and wastes a lot of time. If I do enough damage on him, I can skip that phase, but I don't think I'm doing enough damage so far, but we'll see. You have to be pretty precise with your attacks. Okay, I got Fire Pillar Skip, thankfully. Now he's going to push me away. And then I'll go back to him to finish him off.
I assume you can't ever be fast enough to skip that?
You can actually go behind him,
Okay.
but it's a little tricky.
Other than that, good fight.
And then you want to go down and land on this volcano as soon as you can.
Yeah, good work. Good stuff.
Thank you. You also get Super Glide from this. It's a superior version of Glide.
It is that super.
Yep. And this is probably the most difficult part of the run for me, which is Final Rest. There's basically a third Behemoth fight. Then after that, there's the wave of Dark Balls, then a wave of Invisibles, and then a wave of all of those things combined and Angel Stars. We only want to go through the Dark Ball phase and the Invisible phase, and then we'll summon Simba. And he'll take care of the rest.
Many people will remember this area very well from when they played it casually because they just get walled here. It's really difficult to get through without getting scratched up a bit.
I'm going to use the Mega Elixir here right away because you need as much magic as possible, and so does Goofy. And for this first wave, it's the Dark Balls. I'm just going to use fire on them. And it's faster to time these fires than to spam them. So there's a particular timing I'm doing. You can switch targets. Unfortunately, one of them went invincible.
Still pretty clean overall so far.
Then you want to call your party members over here so they don't touch the invisibles. And you want to do large jumps and use gravity. Hopefully get them all in the gravity. Unfortunately, they're wailing on me pretty hard. And Goofy is being inefficient with the MP gifting. And unfortunately, one of them DM'd. But there's only one left. And then after this, we can summon Simba.
He has to be careful with his MP management as well here. You notice he wasn't just throwing out grabs.
It takes 3 MP to summon Simba. But we're just going to do full charges from here on out, and it should get rid of everything. Again, it's important to have all of the cheer abilities and the Ray of Light and Omega Arts equipped in order to have maximum output, maximum damage output.
I assume you're looking at a way to reduce lag.
No, I'm just scared to look at them.
Okay, that's fair too.
They're very menacing. But yes, let's go with the reduced lag thing. So it should be everyone. Sometimes there can be a lonely invisible left for some reason. It's very rare though.
That's a very clean final rest overall.
Unfortunately, one DM, but
yeah,
that was fine. Then I pick up another Mega Elixir chest. I'm going to equip all of the items here. I'm going to put on White Fang and give Goofy the Ray of Light. Put on Air Combo Plus. Give Goofy MP Rage. And we're all set to go.
And this is the part of the game where the developers are like, hey, you remember Final Fantasy VII where Sephiroth has 3 forms, right? You won't believe how many forms this guy has.
This isn't even my final form.
He has an entire planet based on him.
Yeah, so the next, what, like 8 to 9 minutes are just going to be this boss over and over and over.
Except Darkseid.
Well, yeah, there, I guess.
So
if you want to
this fight is really fun if you can do it right. This is the pattern I want him to give me. He can also give you the disc. He can throw discs at you. But you want to trap him in this corner right here by standing away from him. And he'll try to dash away from you.
You can see he's using the terrain to his advantage here.
Yeah. You want to stagger him as much as you can, and then use R's on him.
Yeah, and there's one specific attack that you really, really want to avoid. What he will do, when a certain amount of its HP is down, he'll send his Guardian at you to basically ensnare you.
That's
Here's
the attack right here.
Here it is. So
But
if he gets hit, which fortunately he didn't, he hit Goofy. If Violin did get hit, there will be an option that would come up from time to time called freeze over the attack, and that freezes Sora, so he won't be able to attack, and that gives Ansem a big advantage to hit.
And
So-
there I equipped, I used the cottage and I equipped Tornado on Goofy. Also this strat I need to focus on.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm dropping a lot of hits, I don't know if I can do it. I'm gonna use R's for safety. Okay,
Good work.
I barely got him with the R's. But I should still have enough MP for Ansem too.
Yeah, so this is the hardest. I think
This
most
is
runners
a
would
really
agree.
hard boss.
This is probably the hardest section of Ansem to do optimally. This is where we talked about before. There's 2 DMs he has to skip through. So he has to really make sure he's paying close attention to the HP gates of where those DMs will be. They're in a very consistent spot on his health bar every time. So he just has to dodge these attacks from the Guardian and throw out some combos, trying to make sure that he's meeting the proper cycles.
Oh wow.
So that's first
I don't know
DM.
how I failed that actually.
So you
He's
can
supposed
see
to
he was, oh, sorry, go ahead.
he was at the HP gate, and what's supposed to happen is you do 2 empty hits and then 1 empty hit, and then you use R's on him, and he's supposed to stagger with the R's. Unfortunately, he didn't. Hopefully I can show it off the second time though. There's one more chance to show it off. Which is right here. Oh, weird. I think he was too close to the wall that time.
Okay, so he did get the 1.
Ooh.
I'm going to heal for safety. This is very, very unfortunate. Okay. Barely got him.
Other than that,
Alright.
you fight.
Yeah, still good overall.
It's important, the most important thing for that fight is just don't die.
Yeah.
Because then you get sent back to be 4 dark side.
Which is a bad time.
So I want to do 4 hits on Ansem 3 and then use Arrow right away, which is a defensive spell.
Many people who have seen the level 1 runs of this may be wondering where Mushu is. Mushu is not a part of this speedrun, so don't expect him to be here. It's just you just kind of hit him a bunch. And that's on the final Ansem, but still. Figured
So
out
Ansem 3 also has an HP gate, which I already passed. He can summon another set of lasers. Not counting the one he'll summon shortly, but that's called laser skip. And thankfully I did enough damage for that.
I love how you use the laser to animation cancel the arrow. That's super cool.
That's very important. Saves a lot of time. Let's see if I can get this. No. There's a thing you can do. If you dodge roll on that platform a specific way, you can actually auto-skip the cutscene, which is really weird. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but it's barely saved any time.
So the pattern is going to be one fight in Ansem's little plane here, and then one fight in the dark plane. So that was the Albert fight, and there's the Dark Ball fight, and then the Invisibles fight.
And then coming up is the artillery fight, and you have to be really quick to use your R's, Arcam on these. Sometimes it can be pretty unfair though, but let's see.
You can also use gravity for safety on the smaller artilleries, and you can knock those out first before going for the bigger. That's what I generally like to do, but...
I think that's more dangerous because you'll get pushed away though. I'm not sure. Ours does a lot more damage consistently.
So that was a little scary looking, but he was able to get the R's to hit the artillery, which is all
And
that
as soon as I
matters.
enter this room, I want to use an elixir right away. And just
Spam fire.
spam fire. Very reminiscent of another game I know in this series.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Uh-oh. They're very, very scattered right now.
For those unaware, there's a very contentious ideology going around right now in Kingdom Hearts 3 that the speedrunners just spamming fire over and over.
Yep.
But Violin created some data proving otherwise.
So I'm going to
Yeah, we're not going to
use...
talk about that. It would take too long. Go ahead, Violin.
Let me think. I'm going to use arrow. I should be fine here without an EMP actually. And basically you just want to dodge as many of these lasers as you can. Also, I like to call this fight Jordan. Shout outs to my friend Jordan in the speedrunning community. But this boss and Jordan have some similarities.
Like what?
I don't know, they get angsty at times. I don't know. This is just such an edgy boss, and Jordan is pretty edgy. Not in a bad way. But Jordan's a really nice guy. I almost died. But now I'm going to use a Mega Elixir here. And that'll set me up for the invisible fight. Oh no, chat.
What's the chat doing?
I won't say. Alright. So again, I'm going to call Donald and Goofy back and use gravity. Hopefully get all of them in the gravity. I think I did it this time. And they're all dead. That was amazing.
That was clean.
That's what was supposed to happen in the final rest fight.
But no.
So now I think there's only 2 more fights left, right?
Yeah.
And there's this stupid glandular blob here.
I don't know what the point of this is. It's so easy to destroy. It just takes 3 gravities and a few hits, and it's dead.
Just like most glandular blobs in the body, if you hit them enough, they will explode.
Alright, so I want to use arrow at the start of this fight. Then I want to have Goofy spam tornado as much as possible on this fight. I also have to be careful not to die, because it's really easy to die in this boss.
So he's coming up on time at the end of this boss fight.
Whenever the screen flashes, that's what time will be. That's pretty decent damage.
Yeah, that's good so far.
I want to cure here for safety.
What happens if you die here? Do
You just have to redo the fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Time. Yeah, that was Kingdom Hearts HD Final Mix. Beginner any %. So how are we on the cutscene glitch incentive?
Fortunately, we didn't get it. We're at
Come on.
576 still out of 1,500.
That's a real shame.
It happens.
Yeah. I'd like to thank the people on my couch, Professor Magus and Zem92. Thank you so much. You were amazing, by the way, singing.
So were
Good
you.
job. And you controlling the gummy ships. Thank you so much.
Hey, no worries.
And I want to thank the entire Kingdom Hearts community. I want to thank anyone who supported me on stream and who purchased my music to help me get here. I also want to thank my family, and I also want to thank Calithon staff and all the volunteers and all the other runners for making this possible. I think they deserve a round of applause. So,
Cheers to you guys.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you for this.
And that's it. We'll go to the next run. Thank you guys so much.
Alright, and thank you, Violin, for that amazing run of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix.